good to be back. Can you believe it's been 13 years?
Yes, exactly. 13 years. The forum started in 2012, and I'm very happy, super happy actually, to be back in Kigali, which is one of our house with Abidjan, and to see all of this familiar face. If you allow me, I will start by doing some thanking. I would like to thank President Kagame, the Rwanda Development Board, the Rwandan government for the hospitality they're giving us for this conference. I would like to also give my greetings to our honorable guests, President Tinubu of Nigeria, President Razwani of Mauritania, President Chapeau of Mozambique, President Doumbouya of Guinea, President Oligi of Gabon, the Prime Minister of Côte d'Ivoire, the Vice President of Botswana, and all the DFIs that are in the room, and the heads of institutions and ministers, and the 2,800 participants that are here. It's a record for the forum. And a great testimony of the strength of the African private sector.
Wow, I mean, incredible to see so many important delegates here. Just a round of applause for all the heads of state that are here, the important people in this room. We expect important outcomes because so many of you are here, so we'll see how that works out, right? You really want to break the mold in terms of the conversations that we're having. And you're talking about scaling or failing. And I want you to give me a sense of the premise of this year's theme.
Yes, first of all, the African private sector have made incredible progresses in the last 15 years. But I think now that the world, as you said very well in your introduction, has changed. It has changed because we are now in a world of, let's say, political negotiation, political forces, political how do you say, breaking, anyway.
Bullying,
yes,
I mean, there's
bullying,
lots of you're being very diplomatic, I have to say, in the way you're describing it.
Where yes. Scale is now a tool to exert dominance through corporate influence, through capital power. In the corporate world, you see how China and the US are supporting their companies in the AI, in finance, oil and gas, in renewable to have their power. And you have seen how Europe, who had no global champion to rival US and Africa, had absolutely no leverage when they had the tariff negotiations. So that's one. It's the same thing for capital. It's going massively to scale, AI, data center, smart semiconductors, etc. So this one movement, so basically shifting the scale used as dominance. And the second thing, which is very important, is that the world is in a constant stage of crisis. Every time comes up a crisis. So it started with the climate change. So suddenly we as Africans could not finance our oil and gas project. Then COVID, then Ukraine, then Iran war, and every time Africa pays the price.
It does.
Every time.
The continent is usually collateral damage for bad decisions being made elsewhere.
Yeah, absolutely. So we pay the price, so we have two options now. Either we can't keep paying the price of other people's crisis, or we decide to build the scale we need to have leverage.
So you've spoken about scale, and you've made the argument that we're already starting to see signs of that, but we need to galvanize this even further. Where do you believe the private sector is falling short? And I just, mentioning these examples of, for example, South African businesses hitting roadblocks in Nigeria, or Moroccan financial sector coming up with regulatory roadblocks in West Africa. So I wonder what's going to break the mold, what's really going on.
So if we accept the scale issue and the scale target for all of us, we have to do it with another mindset. And that's, I'm going to get to your corporate point of view. That's the purpose of this conference. We have to get in the mindset of shared ownership. That means building these scales, whether it's for corporates, whether it's for infrastructure, building it together with trust, with everybody in the room trying to trust each other. So in the corporate world, as I said, we've made many, many improvements. We have hundreds of national champions in this room. But if we want to get to scale, which is a requisite, We won't do it without opening our equity, without, I think personally that no company, African company can go continental without, if its sole ownership stays national. It needs to open its capital to other African partners, whether it's a private individual, it's a private company, or more importantly, the world of institutional investment. That's the way it has been done in the West. If you look at the West, you look at the top 100 multinationals, do they have an owner? No. Maybe the most important shareholder is 7%. And now their owner is mostly institutional investor. They have some strategic persons that keep control. You look at Bernard Arnault, is one of the richest guy. He controls his company with 40%. And you have people who control their company with less than that. And they have access to a lot of money. And this money comes from institutional investment. We have $2 trillion in Africa under management. Pension fund, insurers, sovereign fund, all this money is here, but it cannot be directed where it should be.
Yeah, that's a really interesting prospect. I mean, frankly, where's that money going? Where's it sitting? And why haven't we mobilized it? Let's talk about shared ownership a little bit more, because I really want you to dig into this and talk about the notion of still requiring foreign capital. I mean, frankly, you were talking about, examples of global multinationals where they're able to leverage global international markets. I wonder if this is an Africa-related project where we're tapping into local capital available, or whether you believe there's a real big chance now that perceptions of risks have completely shifted, to leverage on foreign capital.
First of all, what we mean by shared ownership is absolutely not nationalism. Africa, it's about Africans owning more of Africa's wealth. Foreign investment is required. The only thing is how you create and share value. A lot of international companies are here, have already started listed their companies. That's how you create value. You help African retail investor, African institutional investors get a part of the value that has been creating by holding equity. So we need MSA, we need Orange, we need Schneider Electric, we need all these international companies that are a great creator of wealth. And by the way, the chairman of Schneider Electric is here in the room. That's a perfect example of what I was saying earlier. Schneider Electric is one of the most successful industrial company in the world. It's $40 billion with a presence in 100 countries, and it has no owner. And still, it's super successful. So it's better to have a smaller size of a huge pie than staying the way we are today.
Okay, interesting. I mean, this is, you've painted a very ambitious picture in terms of leveraging multiple options here. But what do you think the main obstacles are between what you're describing and where we are today?
There's plenty of things that we could do, because we have been having this discussion for a long time. But I think there are three things that are very important. First, the CFTA is still a foundational element of the conversation. It's been 7 years. I don't think that many persons in that room are aware of the progress it makes. So I think, like any private sector company, it should have a transparent timeline, milestone, metrics, accountability. It's the same with PAPS. So these are two super important continental projects that need more monitoring and more accountability. So I think it's very important. The second, I think, important thing is regulation and harmonization. We have seen that harmonization works. In West Africa, OADA is a unified law system. It works. CIMA, it's an insurance framework. It works. And we need to free the flow of capital. So the two main things that is in terms of regulation is stock markets, create standards for listings, and two, free cross-border capital. That's the most important thing, because as I've told you, as we've seen in the West, this $2 trillion money is what is going to fuel Africa's growth in the next 10 years.
But trust falls into place on this.
Yes, and one last thing, because we haven't spoken a lot about infrastructure, and we have been discussing also infrastructure for a long time. We need to have more regional, continental projects. We have a perfect example with the Lobito Corridor. It's a fantastic project, but it has been thought in the US. So we need to think about this project ourselves. And I think there's an institution that has the mandate, the convening power, the balance sheet to do that, to create, design, because our problem is not financing, it's a pipeline of projects. So we need this institution to do it. I think we have one, it's the AFDB. His president is here, Mr. Sidi Ulta, and I think I would be very happy if he gets rid for us of this obstacle.
So you've got a big job.
So 3 main priorities, I think. And I think they're easily doable.
Yeah, he's agreeing, so hopefully we'll see some movement on that. I'm an outcomes person, so I'm hoping that we'll have some tangible outcomes, and not just signing of communiques, and not just signing of MOUs, right? Like actual tangible action, hopefully that will come to the fore. On that note, Amir, I wonder what you want every participant to walk away with after this forum, given that the world has fundamentally changed. And, you know, experts are saying it's never going to be the same again, because of something that's happening far away from here. What do you want people to walk away with?
I think the principal takeaway I would like, first of all, you have to understand that we're a Pan-African company. We have no nationality, so everything we do is Pan-African, so we don't have this trust issue. Everything we try to do from platform, from media, is for the sake of the development of Africa, for every country's development. So that's our mindset. And what we would like with this share mindship vision is that you all think that it's not a dream, that we can achieve it together, that we can build the leverage that Africa needs to be respected and needs to be growing, and that every decision that you can all make, heads of states, minister, CEOs by calling partners or other things, minister by making a regulatory change, we can all do this. It's just a series of decisions. It's not a vision, it's not a dream. We can make it happen within the next 10 years.
Fantastic, Amir. Thank you so much. Round of applause for Amir, Ben Yahmed.
Thank you.
You all have a big job ahead of you.
Yes.
So hopefully, yeah?
You're telling me that I should go?
No, I'm going to tell you to go, but I appreciate it. And honestly, just hearing you speak so, passionately about where we are right now and where we're going, I think everyone has a very big job over the next few days in terms of crafting their conversation.
Absolutely, and I wish you all a great conference, and I thank again all the partners that are supporting the forum. That's thanks to you that this dynamic exists, and I wish you an excellent stay in Kigali and a great conference. Thank you.
Thank you so much, Amir. Thank you so much. Thank you. Merci.